Salon Conversations, Chapter 13, The Power of Personal. Personal's everything in our industry. Like, we touch people. We get really close to people, and quite often you know more about them than their own family does. And that's a privilege. And I never took that for granted. I think that the personal connection that you make with another person is just the reason why I did what I did for so many years. And it's no different now as a business coach. I love the personal connection I make with a salon owner when they be honest and they tell you what their real problems are, and then you can help them. It's just a wonderful gift. The personal connection that you have with anybody is really important. Like, think about your girlfriend and why you love them, because they're vulnerable and they know about you and you know about them. So I think the power of personal is that you would just always be wanting to please. That, there's so many places that they could go and have their hair done or their skin looked after, but they chose not only your business, but you. Or if you're the salon owner, they chose a team member that you chose. So it's very personal. So I always feel like everybody's different and we do act in different ways. Like if you've got someone of your age, then you talk about things that interest people of your age. But if you've got a young mum, then I know that I talk about how your children will just grow up and they're going to be fine anyway. And you have really encouraging conversations about that. But if you've got a teenage boy, it's a different one. If you've got a grandma in the chair, it's a different conversation. So we're quite flexible, especially in hair. I think beauty, the range probably doesn't go down to little ones like it does. And there's maybe not as many men in the beauty room. There are, but not like there is perhaps in the hair room. But maybe you're a colorist and you don't do that. Maybe you're a barber and all of your work is men. It doesn't matter. But it's the power of engagement. So remembering the little things that they told you last time. And it's not that we're making a friendship. You don't have to remember the dog's name as much as you do remember that they like it when you do this massage, or they don't like it when you do this. So they're the personal things that make it really important for you to connect with that person. And they're the things that you need to write down on the note because, wow, in the early days, I used to remember everything. But as I got older, I'm thinking, what's her name? What's her husband's name? But they're the personal things, just really check in and connect with another human being. It's just everything. And if you can learn that and think, how can I give this person? How can I offer this person something? So I talk about here in the Italian mother-in-law that I had. She always wanted to go home with something. You'll take her something. And I think, I don't want anything. And she goes, yes, you take her something. So I learned that from her. She just wanted you to have something. That was her way of showing you affection, is she made you take home some parsley or some lemons or something that you didn't really need, but you just took them because that was what she wanted. So I think you have to think about that as a gift. What is it that you're going to gift this person in front of you? What's your superpower? What is the thing that you do really well? And I think the thing that you do really well that you forget about is that you have all this knowledge. So I think your gift to anybody else is to tell them. Tell them what you know. Tell them the simple things that you think, really? Nobody knows. No, they don't. For example, just 2 cleansers instead of 1, 2 shampoos instead of 1. Like, most people don't do that. Fascinated. So make that your theme for the week and tell them that, because you can. It's a gift. Give it away. See, the difference with an idea and a thought is you can give it to as many people as you like, and then they have it and you still have it. So you can give it to the next person. Whereas if we were talking about something like a pen, if I give you my pen, then I don't have the pen. You have the pen and I don't have the pen. But ideas and thoughts are magical. You have them and you get to give them away. So be generous with your knowledge. It's really important that you know what your superpower is and that you're generous. You give it away all day. So hopefully that's helpful. I hope you enjoy chapter 13 and I'll see you in the next one. Chapter 13, The Power of Personal. In today's world, we're outsourcing more things than ever to technology. We need to celebrate the fact that our industry can never be taken over by technology. We won't ever be replaced by a robot or a machine. Our people-to-people contact makes us unique. It's a privilege to be part of our clients' lives.
They come and see you when they've got something special on, an upcoming occasion or a reason to celebrate and to feel their best. They also come in when they're broken, sad, unhappy, or just plain worn out. And they're desperate to feel better about themselves, to be pampered and to be cared for. You see it all. That's what I loved most. I used to say, I'm a number cruncher. They come in as a number 4 or a 5, and I do my magic and I send them out as a 10. Being part of their lives was mostly a truckload of fun. Hairdressing and beauty therapy differs from other careers because we physically touch our clients. We connect on a human level, not only through touching, but also by being a person who cares. The strength of that emotional connection will always set us apart from our competitors, and it's all about trust. Unlike product buying, where you can easily compare one item to another, there are multiple things to consider when comparing services. For starters, there are the creative, interpretation, and the actual experience itself. Product sales aren't like this. Your clients can readily compare buying a product from you to buying a product from a big budget warehouse store. The product itself is exactly the same when they get it home. Salon owners often complain about the products they sell also being sold in big warehouses. It's difficult, I agree, to compete on price. The big guys have incredible buying power. A salon can never beat them on that level. What you can beat them on is your knowledge. Can you honestly say you're doing your job and engaging your clients, explaining how to use every product, every time, every visit? Your world would change if you did, even for half your clients, half of the time. Your world would change because they're never going to get that product knowledge at a big warehouse store. You need to stop the blame game. It's overdone and it's so yesterday. Just read on and discover more about the edge that you can have over your competition. Most people wouldn't go out of their way to save $1 or $2. Most people are crazy busy. That's where you can help them. Okay, I concede. Some of your clients might choose the cheap option for their products. But are they your A-grade clients? Or are you busy hanging about with the D-grade clients? You know that D clients will drain the life out of you. One way or another, they will. The only way to move up the scales away from the D clients up to the awesome A clients is to deliver a better service, to raise the bar. The power of engagement. If you think you're going to compete with the big warehouse stores, you're wrong. You can't compete with them on price alone. You never will. You can change your stock to a range that's never sold in David Jones, Myer or a mega store. That's your choice, and it might well be the right choice for you, but it's not your biggest challenge. Your biggest challenge is that you don't engage your clients with exceptional customer service. You don't deliver the personal touch that sets you apart from those in retail stores. And what about the online stores that offer huge discounts? They're always going to be there. Your edge is in your people-to-people connection, your ability to show exceptional attention to detail, premium care that your clients cannot get online. Try these things that your clients will never get from an online shopping experience. Flip the lid and let your clients smell the product. Put a little product on the back of their hand and let them feel it. Let them feel the quality of the packaging and the all-round presentation. Offer them a sample. I'm always popping into salons. I go up to the counter and I ask questions about the products to see how much knowledge they have and how enthusiastic they are about helping me. I think maybe once someone offered me a sample in a beauty salon, but I don't think anyone has ever offered me one in a hair salon. Why is that? Many product companies avoid using samples. They think you should just be able to do your job and recommend the products. Yes, in theory, that's true. And in theory, Kids should be able to make their own beds and school lunches by the time they're 10 years of age. That didn't happen in my house. Let's get real here. There's theory and then there's reality. Using samples to transform your retail sales. When I decided to make some big changes with my team about how we were going to educate some 70 clients every week about buying products, I needed to get a great plan in place. And I do love a plan. The product company we used didn't make samples, so I needed to get creative. Not far from my salon was a photo developing store. I asked a guy working there to save me the clear Fuji canisters from the rolls of 35mm film coming in for development. I didn't want the black Kodak ones. I wanted to be able to see through the containers. The team and I decided together that every single client would leave the salon with a sample of something, styling gel, wax, a leave-in conditioner, anything. As long as they left with a sample, we were on track to change every doesn't in our database to a does. 1 sample per visit, every visit. We labelled each sample with permanent marker and added relevant notes to the computer. The only time we ever gave 2 samples was if they were taking a shampoo and conditioner pair. We were very clear that we gave them enough for only 1 use. We didn't waste product and they knew exactly how much to use because we gave them enough for 1 use. In only a matter of months, our retail sales grew to an all-time high. Often a client would say, "Don't give me the sample. I'll just take it today with me. Save me coming back. If you think I need it, then I need it." And that's exactly how they worked. When they knew that we wanted them to have it, they wanted to have it. We all had incredible learnings around our little sample pots. We discovered that people wanted our opinion and that when we gave it, they very often acted on our advice and bought the recommended product. It was that simple. I suggest starting with a sample because it's free. Many hairdressers and beauty therapists have blockages around the cost of the products they're recommending. While you may consider the sample method a little slow, if you're patient and consistent, it works every time. Clients are grateful for you showing interest in them, finding out about their struggles and offering solution. It works. Trust me, it works. Today, you can readily buy tiny containers for sample. Fish and chip shops put tartare sauce in them. Just check online and you'll readily source some to use in your salon. The ones we use are 30ml. If that might be helpful because the first couple I bought were too big. That's not in the book, but anyway. Make a new system with your team around every client leaving with either a product or a sample of a product. The Nonna Move. I call this everyone leaves with a sample, the Nonna Move. I was blessed with the best mother-in-law ever. I called her mum when I married her son. She was just fabulous and her generosity was huge. You never left her house without something. Sometimes I just said yes to shut her up. "Elise, you want the parsley?" "No, thanks, Mum." "You want the lemons?" No, thanks, Mum." "You want the some sauce?" "Hey, what do you want? Do you want the something?" Heaven forbid if I left empty-handed. That's why I called this sampling my Nonna Move. You must leave her with a something. I love that woman. Not everyone buys online. I've never had much luck shopping online. I've always seemed to get it wrong. I usually get a colour I didn't want, a size that isn't mine, or a delivery that takes forever and I end up having to chase them up. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's because I'm not very patient. I don't do enough research. I buy the first one and I don't read the fine print. So it's pretty much a lucky dip. My daughter's actually banned me. And I'd much prefer to speak with a person when I'm buying something. I like talking to people. It just seems to work better for me. I'm that person who asks for directions long before I'm even lost. I ask ahead just in case I'm going to get lost. Apparently, that's not how online shopping works. A woman living in my street is the exact opposite. She'd mastered the art of online shopping. She's a hoarder in the real sense of the word. I'm not exaggerating. She's very odd. She hardly goes out other than to the post office, and she's always having a parcel of some sort delivered. I'm sure she has a lot of online shopping successes. I also know she has her share of disasters too. It doesn't seem to bother her. She simply ships them back. Just so recently, she showed me a handbag that she'd paid $12 for. She didn't realise the handbag was for a child about 5 years of age. She thought it was for an adult. She paid $8 on postage and couldn't be bothered sending it back. Too bad if the child was a smoker, because the bag was so small, half a packet of cigarettes wouldn't have squeezed into that bag. We're all different. That's what makes the world go around, yeah? We need to celebrate and accept that some of us shop online and some of us prefer the good old-fashioned service you can provide in your salon if you put your mind to it. If you have retail stock in your hair and beauty business, and you should, forget about telling people the boring stories about people preferring to buy online. They don't care. Just get on with your job. If you were to engage your clients effectively, those online sales wouldn't be there. Professionals who care for their clients get results. 9 out of 10 of your clients would prefer to buy products from you, period. If only you'd give them what they are really looking for. Kick ass, Kickstarter. Get personal. Tomorrow, every time you use a product on a client, flip the lid, invite them to smell it, and just you see what happens.